Hey guys, what is going on and welcome back to Mark's Tech. So in today's video, I want to take a look at the Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite 5G. We're still including 5G in the names because 5G is the future, apparently. But it just seems like a lot of mid-range to entry-level phones are really impressing me nowadays, more so than actual normal flagships, because the stuff this phone offers for its price range is honestly really good. The box that it comes in is pretty basic. There's nothing really to talk about here. It's all just basically branding. When you open up the box, you are greeted with a smaller box. But let's just put that off to the side for now. Looking at the Xiaomi, the first thing that comes to mind is, Jesus, this phone is light as well as super thin. It's definitely a fantastic feeling phone for sure. It's a nice little change from what we already have. And what do you guys think of this color? Personally, I love it. Thank you for the frosted kind of glass. You can still see fingerprints a little bit, you know, a little bit it's there, but I think the frosted look is a nice little change. OnePlus, what the hell were you guys thinking going back to glossy? Didn't see that happening. I mean, this color is just awesome. It kind of matches my shirt a little bit. Not really, kind of. In this angle, it kind of does. But then again, I don't know, I'm being blinded by a light right now. The phone also comes with a 33-watt fast charger in the box. Apple, Samsung, take notes. It also comes with this rubber little case thing, and that's pretty awesome. I love when companies give you nice little gifts in the box as well. It also comes with a screen protector as well. So if you guys don't want to buy your own screen protector, well, Xiaomi gives you one for free. Well, I mean, you're paying for it. I'm pretty sure it's included in the price of the phone, but that goes to show that everything you get in the box is kind of what you already expect and should expect from a phone. Now, since this is the 5G model, it has the brand new Snapdragon 780G chipset along with 8GB of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, at least for the model that I have here. Performance on the phone is obviously no issue whatsoever. It performs better than I expected with basically no lag or stutter even when playing games like Call of Duty. Fun fact, the upcoming Pixel 6, I think, are they on the 6 already? I lost count. That the Pixel 6 is supposedly having the same chipset as this phone here. So performance is obviously really good in this phone if that's what the Pixel 6 is going to use. The back of the phone does have a triple camera setup, which has a 64 megapixel main camera, a 5 megapixel telemacro camera, and an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. Now look, man, a 5 megapixel telemacro camera, like I've tested this out with the previous I think it was a Redmi phone, and that camera it's fine. I mean, you're not gonna get super good photos out of this phone. I mean, 5 megapixel, you don't even have actual optical zoom. It's all digital zoom, and you know, I get it. This phone's on the cheap end of the scale, but damn, man, just put in a real telephoto camera, you know. But I'm gonna shut up and let you guys take a look at the photos for yourselves, because obviously specs mean one thing and how the photos actually look like is a whole different story. So tell me what you guys think. So this phone does do 4K 30. I'm about to trip. Oh my god. The phone does do 4K 30. It's fine. Stabilization is decent enough to record a pretty good video if you're going out on vacation somewhere. But I do notice that it does make the greens a lot green. A lot green. My English is amazing, I know. HDR is not that good. Like, those trees are black, you know. But now when I point the camera down a little bit around that area, the trees are nice and green, and up here they turn black. So, but it's fine, you know, you get what you pay for. Now the front does 1080p 30 frames per, 1080p 60 frames per second. It's pretty good. It's really good actually. They do a very good form of 1080p 60, better than I've seen in most other phones. HDR, as you guys can see, it's working. Well, a little bit. Let me do that. Yeah, it works. HDR is not that bad. Pass. The screen of the Xiaomi is also another big upside. It is a 10-bit AMOLED display. It looks fantastic with popping colors that you can easily see outdoors, even in the bright sunlight. Now, the display that you do get is a 1080p display, which, oh, someone got carjacked. That sucks. The screen is 1080p, and it's 90 hertz. So you're not going to get the full 120 hertz like some of the cheaper phones out there have, including cheaper than this phone. But this is my opinion on it, and this is only my opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's completely fine. But I would rather have a really good panel that isn't 120 hertz rather than a panel that is 120 hertz but looks like garbage. I'm not going to mention any names, but it is from a cheap brand of phones that's very famous overseas. This panel is fantastic. The colors are truly amazing. So if 90 hertz is all I get, I'm okay with that. The side of the phone does have a fingerprint sensor, which is incredibly quick and accurate. I'm pretty sure we've all heard this before. I mean, what more can I say about a fingerprint sensor? We've all seen it. It's been around for many years. And I like it because, you know, nowadays with masks going around everywhere, it's a lot easier to use your fingerprint than having to pull the mask off or to put it in your PIN to unlock the phone. So fingerprint sensor, not bad. If you have a Wi-Fi 6 router like I do, by the way, I know, it looks pretty sick, video coming soon. This phone also has a Wi-Fi 6 chip inside, which will get you the most out of your internet speeds. After all, you're paying for your internet speed, so you might as well use all of it, or at least as much as you can over Wi-Fi. Speaking of speed, this phone connects flawlessly to LTE and 5G when it needs to. Now you guys are probably saying, well, Mark, duh, like what phone doesn't connect to LTE and 5G flawlessly? Well, my children, the iPhone. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why, but whenever I have 5G, my iPhone thinks that is 5G. Oh my God, we should stay on it. Even though, like, if I go out into the farmlands, obviously I'm not expecting gig speeds on 5G in the farmlands where there's cows and chickens running across the street. I'm getting around like 1 or 2 megabits per second down on 5G. Now, LTE, if I manually switch to LTE, that same place gets around 20 to 40 megabits per second. This phone doesn't switch to the fastest network at all. Even if the 5G speeds go down to as low as 500 kilobits per second, which I did run into a few times, the iPhone just stays 5G. It doesn't matter. You would have to be literally in the middle of nowhere for it to connect to LTE. Meanwhile, this phone, this super cheap phone, switches perfectly. In the same spot, it switches from 5G to LTE to give you the better speed. So Xiaomi, I don't know what you did, but hey man, it works. For those of you non-headphone wearing people out there, by the way, I hate you. You'll be happy to know this phone does have stereo speakers. Not just stereo speakers, but they're good stereo speakers. They get very loud, nice and crisp. So if you like to kick back, you know, watch a couple TV shows, play a few games, this phone got it. So look, I can talk about specs all day long, but I think the one thing people want to know is, hey Mark, is the phone worth it? I don't care about Snapdragons and Star Wars, and I don't care about 18 million gigs of RAM. Just tell me if the phone's good. Tell me if the phone's worth it. And to that I say, yes it is. It's super light. It's super thin. I mean, that is remarkably thin. It's super light. It's super thin. It's very fast. The cameras are a C+, C-, I would say. Video recording is, you know, decent, and the battery life is pretty good. I was getting around 6.5 hours of screen on time. Can't really complain there. For those of you who have multiple numbers, for example, a work number and a personal number, this phone does support dual SIM on 5G, which is fantastic. So like I said, man, these mid-range phones and budget phones are really surprising me more so than flagships. So guys, did I miss anything? Is there anything that you guys wanted to know but I didn't cover in this video? Leave me a comment down below and I'll answer as many questions as I can. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.